Here with Adrianna Rodencal to preview the 2024-25 Concordia Track and Field season. Not too far from the first meet, which will be coming up before the first semester ends here at Concordia. As far as yourself, you're from Lincoln, went to Lincoln Lutheran. Certainly a lot of alums from there go to Concordia. For you personally, though, how did you end up landing on Concordia?
I had been in contact with Faisal for a bit. We compete against his daughter, so knew about him, and then Josie Pels came here. I knew her my freshman year, it was her senior year. Always had a lot of good things to say, and it was super fun to see her compete. And when I finally toured, I felt the community and I felt the family of not just the track team, but everyone on campus. And I was like, this is really what I want. So
you accomplished. I know you accomplished a lot in high school in terms of winning, state titles individually and as a team at Lincoln Lutheran. What are, maybe it's not just track, but what are some of the memories from high school that stick with you?
Yeah, I think a lot of those. Not just track, but volleyball. I was a part of the state champion team my senior year. Super fun to be able to support the team there, and then moving on to track and supporting the team on the track. I think one of my favorite memories was junior year for me in our 4x1. We came in ranked 8th. We were in the first heat, and we ended up running our best time of the season and ended up coming out number 1. And that was such a memory with the team, and we're all so excited and stoked about that. Probably one of my favorite memories.
Well, that success has followed you to Concordia, and you've got to experience it now for a couple years here. What do you mentioned some of the things that attracted you to here in the first place, but now that you have experienced it, what do you maybe appreciate most just about the environment at Concordia?
Something I really, really enjoy that I've fallen into quite a bit in the past 3 years is just the spiritual aspect. Having chapel and having a community that's very heavy in their faith has been a massive blessing in so many different ways. And being able to have teammates and coaches who pray regularly, and we prayed before practice this year, and that kind of team bonding on that level is something I really, really enjoy. And being able to be with my teammates outside of practice, I have a lot of them in my major, and even making friends with other teammates or other sports athletes who are in my major, and that's super fun to go cheer them on in their respective sports.
Well, immediately as a freshman, you're earning Conference Athlete of the Year awards. What was that like for you just to experience that so early in your college career?
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know it was a thing until they were announcing it in indoor, and Rachel Battershell actually had to push me out because I didn't know what was going on, and that was super fun to be able to do that and then be able to replicate that in my outdoor season. That was super fun. And it's definitely something I'm striving for again, and it just shows just how many amazing athletes are in GPAC conference that it's been a bunch of other girls since then. It's definitely something I'm grateful for, and it's fun to be able to strive for that.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you're still striving too for some of your own records now that you've broken in the hurdles. What do those records mean to you?
Coming in, I was really aiming for the record for the 100 hurdles, and the other records kind of came in, and being able to every year be like, I'm going to beat that time, beat my time that's on that record board. And it's always fun. Coach Samuels puts up the records, and I'm like, okay, they're coming down again. That's always fun, but it's definitely something again to strive for. And we have a bunch of athletes that are currently in GPAC that also hit those times, so I can push myself in meets with those girls too.
Well, I think you were like a nanosecond away from being an All-American last year, indoor and outdoor. What do you take away though from those nationals experiences as you look ahead to this year?
Yeah, last year especially indoor season, it was a goal, and I was right there, and it was definitely a God has a different plan for me moment. And so instead of settling on that, I pushed the rest of my teammates, cheered them on. It was super fun. And outdoor season, it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna do this now. And same thing, same exact way it happened, and it was like deja vu almost. Like, okay, God's got a different plan, and again, able to cheer on my teammates and focus on them instead of myself. But this year, that's the goal. We're gonna make it. We aren't gonna have any do-overs this time. So super excited, looking forward to it.
Some people that have been All-Americans in the program, teammates you've had, have come and gone. There's a lot of accomplished people that graduated this last year. What can you say about how the program is built to kind of carry on tradition, even as people graduate every year that have accomplished great things?
Yeah, like you said, a lot of really good people have come through, and losing quite a few of them last year with Josie and Jenna and Jordan. It's definitely going to take a hit, but seeing just not only the girls that we've recruited for this year, but girls who are currently on the team step up in areas like the 4x4. A lot of good girls who can compete in that area, so that'll be really fun again to watch that this year. And I think we all just have a really good support group, so that when we do lose those big key players, we have multiple people or one person can step up and cheer them on, and we're grateful that we have such an amazing program and coaches and recruiting that we can do that yearly.
Anything that stood out to you from the fall? I know this is kind of a time for training and preparation when you're in track and field, but anything that stood out from the way the team has worked throughout this semester?
We've had a lot of really good guys and girls come in this year for freshmen. They've put themselves on the map right away in practices, and they strive to run with the upperclassmen and to beat them. And so seeing that kind of fluctuation of like, oh, the upperclassmen we don't want to get beat by the ones that are coming in, and so we're constantly pushing ourselves not only on the track but in the weight room, and we get to see that when we test out and we do our 400 time trials and everything, and just seeing what everyone put out there. Super fun, and it makes me really excited for what's going to happen on this first meet, and just seeing who's gonna go out on that track and show themselves.
Does training change for you? I don't know, is it different from where you were or what you were doing a couple years ago when you were a freshman? Coach Samuels helps, right, design some of those things that you're doing. Yeah,
not much has changed. We really focus on getting down and getting out, doing a lot of heavier distance stuff in the beginning, and then we'll start filtering out and start working on specialty stuff. That's happened all the years. Something for me is we've done more, I'd say like endurance training for me, in the hopes of doing the 400 hurdles, helping out in the 4x4 if possible. And so that's definitely been a little bit different for me, but he does about the same every single year, and it works. He does amazing things. He listens to all his athletes, and if there's injuries or anything, he is able to change the workout and make sure everyone's comfortable.
And so you're a biochemistry major, correct?
Yes.
What's something you've been studying this semester that you found interesting?
I'm currently in anatomy and physiology, which is very hard, but I enjoy it, and being able to know the parts of the bodies. We've gone over muscles recently, and as an athlete, being able to go, oh yeah, okay, this muscle's now hurting, and this is why. And being able to just apply from a biological standpoint, like what I'm learning with what I'm doing, it's super fun and super interesting. I kind of geek out sometimes when I read articles and everything, so it's definitely something that I'm grateful to be able to like apply in all areas of my life.
So do you have a dream for where you want that to take you down the road?
Kind of just looking at everything right now, but I'm really interested in pathology work, looking at tissues and kind of how they work together, and seeing how cells kind of interact with each other is something that's been really interesting for me. And I'll figure out in the next year if that's truly what I want to do, taking internships and doing shadowings and everything, just to see. But yeah.
So lastly, what in your mind would make this a successful junior season for you?
I think the big glaring thing is All-American, indoor and outdoors preferred. But just continuing the GPAC conference title for indoor and outdoor, and make it 13 by the end of the year. That'd be super fun. Being a part of some good relay teams is something I always enjoy, being 4x1, 4x4 if coach wants me to. But just to, if nothing else, have a really good season bonding with the seniors that are leaving next year and bonding with the freshmen, so that we can have a really good family bond, is something that I'm really pushing and really wanting to do this year.